Good day, everyone. Today we're going to talk about living things and non-living things. Now, what are living things? Living things are things that are alive. Alive means they are not dead. Now, what do living things need in order for them to survive? Now, living things, they need air, water, and food. Now, to survive means to stay alive. Do plants eat? Do they need food? You do not see any mouth or hands on the plants. So, can they eat? Let's find the answer. The plants process their own food. Yes, they process, meaning to say they make their own food. But you don't see them cook their own food. So how do they do it? They need carbon dioxide, the sunlight, water, and nutrients from the soil to process their food and produce carbohydrates. Now, we have humans, animals, and plants. What are these? These are the three types of living things. Now, there are many things that living things can do. Living things can walk, swim, breathe, or fly. What else? Living things can die. They can die? What is that? So you notice we discussed earlier or in the previous topics, we discussed about the life cycle. And each living thing has only one life cycle, such as the humans, animals, and plants. Meaning this to say that they're going to end their life cycle when they die. Now, what else? Living things can reproduce. Remember, humans and animals, they give birth, they lay eggs, and the plants produce their own seed. That's how they make another own or another thing of their own kind. What else? Living things can also grow or develop. Now, what does it mean by grow? To grow meaning to say to become bigger or taller. So you become bigger, or taller. What about develop? Develop means there's a changes in your appearance, in your hair, in your face, in your teeth, in your nose, the way you look, and somehow in your behavior. Meaning to say, when you were a baby, you don't have a teeth first. At first you don't have a teeth, you don't have so much hair. Now as you grow, your height changes. Now you become old. When you become old, your hair changes into a gray color. Now you get sick. Those are behaviors. Maybe when you are a baby, you're always happy. But as you grow up, you become sad and lonely, or perhaps you still be happy. So there are many changes. Okay? When you say surrounding, this is the environment around you. For example, living things changes their behaviors in terms of when they are exposed to light, heat, sun, and chemical or mechanical contact. Look at the bear. What does the bear itself under the ground because outside is very cold. So it wants to keep itself from getting cold. Now, living things can respond to surrounding changes such as the plants. Plants also respond. For example, when I touch the mimosa plant, it closes up. So, meaning to say the leaves is wide open. When I touch it, it closes up. Now, how about the sunflower? When the sunflower is developing or making its flower, the flower follows the sunlight. So it always faces the sunlight. Living things, such as the animals, also respond, such as the pigeon. When you see the pigeon, what will happen if you want to touch the pigeon? The pigeon will fly away, right? Okay. Now, to respond, you have to use your senses. We learned this when you were in Kinder 1, such as the sight, taste, hearing, touch, and smell. Now, living things can, what are they again? They can develop, move, reproduce, die, and respond to surrounding changes. So these are the 5 things that the living things can do. So now we're going to talk about examples of living things. I want you to give me an example of a living thing. Can you think one? Very good. Now here are my examples. We have a person, a people. We have animals such as the chick or chicken. We have insects, many kinds of insects. We have the plants. You can have trees as well. These are all living things because they can grow, they can eat, they can develop, name them. So these are the reason they can respond to changes to their surroundings. Now, let's have an activity. Are you ready? Number 1. How do we respond if there is too cold in the surrounding? Letter A, by wearing silk clothes. Letter B, by wearing cotton clothes. Letter C, by wearing woolen clothes. Letter D, by wearing a raincoat. If it's too cold in the surrounding, what are you going to wear? What's your answer? Let's check. Letter C, you are going to wear woolen clothes to keep yourself from getting cold. You want to keep warm, you want to wear woolen clothes. When you touch a hot surface, what will you do? Letter A, look at it. Letter B, remove your hand from the heat. Letter C, you taste it. Letter D, you listen to it. Letter E, none of the above. The answer is letter B. Remove your hand from the heat. Why? Because it's very hot. So your hand will automatically pull. So you automatically react and pull your hand because you don't want to get burned. So that is your initial reaction.